everyone. I hope this finds you well, having a beautiful, beautiful day. You know, these times are pretty challenging, I think, for all of us. And what I will share with you is the cards are all up in the air, and we're being called, we're being asked, we're being asked to redesign, recreate, and let go of the old and pull in the new. And I'll ask you, what is it that you'd like to create in this new opportunity that we have to create life? And and I also want to talk to you a little bit today about the karmics, right? Because the karmics represent truly a wound in our masculines. So the karmic is really, this person where they've learned that they have to earn love, and that love is difficult and it's hard, and it's an old template of having to earn love. And because our men like challenge so much, this is what they're learning to overcome, learning to choose unconditional love, learning to choose their heart over their circumstance, learning to trust that they can open their heart again, right, from when they were probably little children, right? And so the karmics really represent a part of them that's not been able or felt safe to open their heart. So it's really important right now to have compassion and unconditional love for your twin, wherever they're at, whatever they're doing, and have complete compassion for what they're going through and the transformation that they're undergoing. Because regardless of what it appears on the outside, right, this is an internal journey, so within, so without. And we cannot have the love of our lives in the physical until we've learned to create it and harness it from within ourselves, from it within the divine part of ourselves, the internal part, the one that speaks creatively and perfectly with the divine. And so our sacred partners are learning to trust. As we learn to trust, as we learn to open our hearts, their hearts open. And so this is really about just having compassion for yourself wherever you're at. And hello again. So I wanted to connect with you because with these karmics, right, they are a direct reflection, right? If your twin flame is choosing, right, someone else, right, if they're not in communication, or they're directly choosing someone else to be with right now, whether they're talking with you or not, right, there is a place inside of you that you are rejecting yourself and not loving yourself and not in alignment with yourself, because they were an absolute direct reflection. They're a direct mirror for yourself. And so when you can get in perfect harmony and perfect union with God and spirit yourself, and really follow the divine calling on your heart and on your soul, that is how we get in alignment with our twin flames. That's how they begin knocking on our door, so to speak, right? As they've been, the truth is that your divine masculine has been knocking on your heart this whole time, obviously, or you wouldn't still feel it. You'd be able to move on and do something else, right? But the truth is that your divine masculine is knocking on your heart, and that's why you're here. And just recognizing that it is a time to really go inside, really communicate with the divine, and follow that internal guidance. And if you're not sure how, then all you have to do is ask, right? They say ask and it will be given to you. This is divine truth. So you must ask the divine, please show me where I'm out of alignment. Please, help me get the quickest, fastest guidance to know my next right step. And you will be guided. You will be given everything that you need to know to go forward in this journey. And as you take a step forward, so does your divine masculine. And so it's really interesting, because in my experience, it's very easy to feel alone in our journeys, and we're doing this all by ourselves, and that our masculine is out having a great time, and whatever you're seeing on Facebook, on social media, they're having a ball, right? And you're like, what? I went in on this party. But the truth is, it's because you're one, because you share the same consciousness. Whatever you're experiencing, they are experiencing. Maybe not in the same way, and you won't know how until you actually come into union and are able to communicate with them. But they are truly just as uncomfortable and just as miserable as you are, right? And so they can't separate themselves from you, even if they wanted to, right? So so anyway, so just know that your twin is always walking this journey with you, reflecting everything that you choose. They're reflecting that in the physical as well. And it's learning to let go of the fear and learning to let go of the doubt so that you can have your good, because I really believe that we're meant to have everything in life that we want. Everything, because if it's in your heart, right, it was given to you by God. It was given to you by the divine within yourself, right, to be able to go after it, to be able to get it, right? But the truth is it's not about going out and grabbing, right? Otherwise we'd be stealing everybody's stuff, right? But it's about harnessing everything from within. The law of attraction. We don't attract what we want, we attract what we are. So if you want love, be love, right? If you want that dream job, be the person that is that dream job, right? So it's really about creating and defining what it is that you want and become it inside, internally, and really owning that nobody can take your perfect job from you. No one can take your perfect partner from you. No one can take any of your good, because it's yours. It's inherently yours as your divine birthright. And so I encourage you to keep not just dreaming, but choosing and making the choice to go forward and taking the risk, taking the chances, and allowing God to support you in those choices, right? Hire that coach, take that program, allow yourself to invest in the things that are most important for you. And I say that as a person that I think after college, I put myself through college. It was 35, but about 50 grand that I spent, maybe 50, it might have gone up. And since college, I've spent about $10,000 in my education. I'm in a coaching program right now. And taking the risk and trusting, right? When I just spent bukus of money on a coach right before the coronavirus. I have a business. I have ballet school. I have 2 rents to pay. So I'm talking like trust, real trust. And one of the most powerful things that one of my coaches shared with me is that if you fight for your limitation, you get to keep it. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? For real? You're gonna pull that card on me? But I tell you, I signed the docs, I got into the coaching program, and I am working through my limitation. I'm working through my doubt and my fear, and I'm trusting God. And the most miraculous things are happening. know, one of my girlfriends was really nervous for me. She was telling her in-laws about it, and her in-laws asked for help from me from their church, and they raised $400 for me. And I cried. I cried. I mean, $400, that's my car payment. You know, that's some oxygen for me to lessen the load, to lessen the stress, for me to be able to trust more and trust that Spirit is going to support me in all of my dreams so that I can support you in your dreams, right? So I just wanted to share with you that whatever you're wanting, whatever you're hoping to create, you can create whatever you want. It's already yours, but it's not about grabbing outside of yourself. It's becoming it internally, remembering that you are the divine self that is the abundance. You are the abundance that you're looking for. You are the love of your life, right? And if you just tune into that frequency of love and life and vitality and make all the choices within that to harness those things, you'll have it. You'll have it all. You'll have everything that you have ever wanted. But it's about following the divine. It's about harnessing the discipline, finding solutions, and doing it. Like Nike, just do it. All right, guys, that feels fairly complete. So get after it and know that wherever your masculine is, or your divine counterpart, whatever that is for you, they are living in their wound in the same way that you're living in your wounds. And what do you need to do to remove the wounds in your life so that they can move through their wounds, right? It's a direct reflection. And it's this like divine, right? This divine triangle. And as you get closer to God, right, so will your divine counterpart. And that is the gift, is that we get to heal our wounds with the divine. And we do it with our divine counterpart. And so, the work is really, really worth it, right? Because once we're able to come back in union, we heal the separation eternally, right? Once we heal this, maybe you meet your twin flame again in another life when you're young. Maybe your children, right? Maybe you're teenagers, and you have more time with your divine counterpart, right? So the work is worth it, right? Because whatever we create in this reality, we take with us in our next reality, our next vibration. And it's just learning to trust that every step forward that we take is one step closer to our enlightenment, one step closer to our divine calling, divine spirit, divine self, divine union within ourself. All right, you guys. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. Keep shining. Keep loving yourself. And for goodness sakes, take the steps. Heed the call. You're worth it. All right. Take care. Talk to you soon.